Hello and welcome to Baseplate Reviews. So two parts to the video today. One's going to be a bit of a construction update. Going to do something to upgrade the city a little bit. Hopefully help out this race Chinatown section. And the other bit is, as we've just had 1st of October, a couple of deals on Lego.com. I've actually made a couple of purchases and I'll show you what they are and also just talk about whether it's worth waiting for gifts of purchase on Lego.com or you're better off waiting for kind of double points offers, stuff like that. But yeah, those two things coming up. If you saw the last video, you'll know that I was clearing up this Chinatown section of the city, making sure it was all plated off, there weren't any gaps or anything. And a couple of things that I needed to decide on were where we're going to place some of these buildings, and also I really want a focal point going down the street. And I think that we are going to use the Monkey Kid City of Lanterns that we've got down at the end there. Do need to raise it up a couple of bricks so we can have some steps leading up to it. But the other big thing actually was I needed to get some kind of access to this level set up, and just over here is where we've got a place marked out. So today I'm going to actually get a plate built for there, plus some steps leading up to the Chinatown section so that our kind of city populace can get from one part of the city to the other. So things I'll need to do there are actually just take this plate out that's just here and just modify that very slightly, and also get a plate built for there. Undecided as to whether I'm going to make that fairly plain or whether we're going to make it a bit more decorative. I think we'll probably go for the latter. It's going to be a pedestrianised section, so yeah, let's get to work on that now. A nice straightforward build here. I'm glad I waited until I'd got all the parts that I needed, so I didn't really have to make any compromises. In terms of how I approached it, I made sure I got the structure built first, so the actual plate and those steps, and then all of the rest of it was decorative stuff, and of course that can be changed on the fly as I'm building it, depending on what I think it looks like. And there we go, something that's probably been a bit too long coming, this 32 by 32 section of the city, and crucially gets us those steps up to the upper level and also gives us a bit of a pedestrianised area. We've got it blocked off from the cars with the white line across, plus the bollards and the chain just there. I decided to go for kind of tile effect rather than it just being all plated off. I could have used road plates, I think it would have ended up just looking a whole kind of homogeneous grey there. And that's also why we've got a bit of growth on the wall, the flowers just there. I think it gives it a bit of a pop of colour. And we've also got some nice seating areas, and to distinguish it from the rest of the city where we've got very much kind of modern lighting, I decided to put in a few of the white street lamps. The other thing is, and no, I haven't woken up back in the 90s. I have put a kind of phone booth just there. I know people don't really use them anymore. This is kind of an internet style one. We might be able to see through the glass just there, but it's got a keyboard and a display. So maybe we're just going back a few years when those type of things were seen as the way to kind of modernise phone booths, phone boxes. I don't think anybody really uses them anymore, certainly not in the way they're intended. But yeah, I will get this placed in the city, but first off, just go through what I've picked up recently, and then we can look at this placed in the city. On to the October releases then, and actually I didn't pick anything up that were new releases. No, not even the Star Wars UCS Jabba's Sail Barge. I've seen this getting a lot of hate online, and I think it's mainly down to the cost, so $500 US. And also, you don't get the Sarlacc pit. That's a separate set, so doesn't feel quite complete. But I have to say, I do think that this Jabba mould is just perfect. Really, really nice stuff. And also, some of the other minifigs, really top draw. I have to say, not a massive Star Wars fan, but with minifigs as good as this, if this was a better price, then actually even I'd be tempted. No, I picked up a parts order. So shows that I picked up 190 parts in the bestsellers and 74 parts here. It's actually more than that. That's just the number of items. I've got multiples of some, so quite a bit more than that. That 129.50 Canadian didn't quite qualify me for the both gifts with purchase, both GWPs. So I was just below the threshold for the Halloween pumpkin. So I actually picked up a couple of things for the Lego room here. So I'll just quickly show you those. So I picked up some wall hangers, the red, blue and yellow wall hangers. Just thought it would give the room a bit of a pop of colour. It's only 15 Canadian. And I also picked up a book rack. Thought that would be useful just for some storage, stuff like that. That qualified me for the Halloween pumpkin. And this is the one that comes with light brick. I've seen some other people actually unpack this, open this, and think it's pretty good. This is actually one that I think we will build. It's Halloween coming up after all, so it'll be nice to have as a kind of decorative item. The other thing that we also got is the Bright Bomber. This is the Brickhead set, the Fortnite one that wasn't exclusive to buying only the new Fortnite sets. Some really nice sets in there, by the way. I'm just not someone who plays Fortnite. I'm 40 years old, so, a bit below my kind of age range, I think. So the big kind of thing that I had here was, did I wait until mid-October? Because we have seen double points available then. Double points effectively mean you're getting back 10% of your purchases. You always get back 5% in insiders points. And I actually think that these two GWPs are worth more than an extra 5% on the purchases. So yeah, I think that most of the time, actually, if you get some decent gifts for purchase, it's probably better off making your Lego purchases then than waiting for double points. In the end, you're always getting 5%. When it's double points, you're getting 10%. If you can get double points and GWPs, then of course, that's the time to go for it. In terms of the parts that I've ordered, it is actually for a bit of a project. I'll give you a bit of a sneak peek. So probably can't tell from that what we're doing, but if I go down the page a little bit, we should see that I've got a tyre just there and got some steering wheels and stuff. So something interesting coming up. A lot of these parts will come in the next few days, but the ones which are not on the bestseller list, that's going to be about a month away. So this is something that we're going to be doing in November in reality. Outside of Lego.com, I actually picked up another set, and it's one that's been retired since the end of 2022. It's the Bone Demon, the Monkey Kid set. I know I'm on Lego.com now, but it's just to show you the pictures. As we've got Halloween coming up, I thought it would be a pretty cool build for then. As you can see, some great minifigs, as usual with the Monkey Kid sets. And this is a set which actually works a bit like the Power Rangers. Lots of different little things that all come together to make a great big mech or monster type thing. Thought it would be a pretty cool one, and I got a really good deal on this. So I picked it up from Walmart, horrible website that they've got, and you can see they've got it on here now at $262.50. This is Canadian. I actually got it for 120 Canadian. I picked up a couple of them, and the reason for that is because it really is a good deal. That's actually less than it went for when it was on the shelves. And if we look at eBay, so what I always do here is I just put some filters on to show the sold items and also the brand new ones. We can see it's been selling for around about 270 plus Canadian dollars fairly regularly. There's not that many on the market, but we can see that is pretty much the going rate. So to get this for less than half that price, I think means that I can build one set, get it on show. I will do the build on the channel, but also I can probably flip the other one and effectively get a free set. So pretty pleased with that. But anyway, we'll get back to looking at the set in the city, the plate that I just built. And there we go. We've got our steps leading up to our race section of the city. I actually moved all the construction vehicles that were down here up into the Chinatown section because that's where the construction's going on. What you might notice though, when I zoom out, is just how inaccessible this part of the city is for me. So I'm 6 foot tall, but over there is a bit of a reach. I actually had to go in behind the Chinatown section and place it in from there, so reaching over the top of that. Still a bit of work to do, so it's not certain that I'll be leaving the Sanctum Sanctorum there. Might move one of my custom modulars into that position, and once we decide on that, I'll actually build up a facade so that that wall carries on and covers up the IKEA boxes over there, and also to the right hand side as well. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. I think that looks pretty decent. Still a bit of beautification to do all around the city, so I think more flower pots and stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed the update and think that that's pretty decent. Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, with that, I'll leave you and say, as always, be good.